yourself for your podcast interview.
Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing well on this Friday. I was born on a Friday, so I'm a little more, I'm blessed to be here. When I seen the title Self Warrior Talk, I was so tickled because truth be told, I was in the military as well. So I'm a veteran, I'm Army. I served my country for 6 years, got out, currently in school, become a nurse. I turned 30 years old this year, and I feel like I have a new lease on life. What motivated me to, you know, put fitness in the forefront was, I would say, my mental health, honestly. Um, I was diagnosed with, well, PTSD, but I was definitely diagnosed with twice. And I thought, you know how us African Americans are about mental health. So you're like, nah, that's a mess, blah, 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 blah. I can tough it out, blah, blah, blah. But basically, I was diagnosed with BPD, borderline personality disorder. And I didn't want to believe it, but I had to be realistic and so forth. I went through the therapy, graduated last year, November as well, for DPT training. Exactly. So the ones that don't believe you can do it, trust me. If I can do it, you can do it.
Let's
It's okay to
go.
cry.
Yes,
But
yes.
fitness has helped me mentally. It has built my confidence, gaining the physical and the mental connection with your body and yourself, being able to be self-aware of yourself, and also just appreciating yourself even more, and just enjoying the process, you know?
Yes, that is so wonderful that you said that and enjoying the process. First, thank you for serving out our country. It takes
And
true
of course,
courage and
girl.
it takes a different type of discipline. I am engaged to my guy who served in the Air Force.
Bless them.
And he told me exactly what the Army, training and where you have to be. I also had a cousin that was in the Navy.
Bless
So
them.
understanding and being tapped into that's a different life and a different
Mm-hmm.
system. Like it to
Mm-hmm.
take you out of normalcy and reality and then put you here and bring in a different type of structure. Like
Right.
so I am familiar with that outline. I love y'all like to the fullest. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
And I
you.
really appreciate you serving out our country and doing what you had to do. So then that brings me to wellness and balance. Like and the everyday push of it. So my interpretation of wellness, I was not completely aware of it, even though I was in the healthcare field. So I started 17, battling it out, learning how to take care of seniors. Within
Right.
getting a CNA certification, teenager mother, like dropped out of high school, going back to school to get a GED because I knew that I was destined to do more, but I knew that my reality was I had chose another path. So I just had to
Mm-hmm.
go and dig that way. So I knew I was going to have to work a little harder. I didn't understand how hard I
Mm-hmm.
had to work and understand why I was taking that choice of lessons. Like
Right.
I was taking that choice of lessons. I was offered a pathway of like go this way, we'll help you this way, and it'll help me even if I would do things wrongly, to be
Mm-hmm.
honestly speaking. And then it was be like that's not helping me. In my head I'm like I want to learn the lesson, I did this
Right.
because I knew it was good or bad, and then the option was I wanted to be drawn to attach to what the good and bad was. Well, with wellness it's the approach that is the estate for your overall well-being into who you are mentally, physically, and how all those things balance or have you function on a day to day, which brings me to
Mm-hmm.
wellness and balance. So I put the two together and I'm like, oh, that is so like dope. Nobody is telling us these things for us to really grasp the reality of a change. So I started with poverty. I started making like $10,000 a year, $15,000 a year, into like Section 8 housing, subsidized housing, building off of the little that I could, like to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that my boys and them did had what they had, but still that wellness and balance on what I thought I was bringing in, I still was lacking individually for myself as a woman and growing into my womanhood. So during those times, how was you feeling about your wellness and balance from the past and verse now?
It's so crazy that you speak of that because wellness and balance. It coincides with one another. You must have a balance when you're focusing on your health, mentally,
Yes,
physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I will say, back in the day, I come from humbling beginnings. My dad,
yes,
at one point, was a single father, raising four children on his own. Right, my mother was sickly, and before my stepmother stepped into our lives, we had I will be honest. I'm gonna be real with everybody. We had a scarcity mindset. We did. My dad did the best he could. He had to work. He provided for us. But the food, our food, when you're in a scarcity or some scarcity mindset or survival mode, you
Yes.
you can you can encounter food insecurity. That's what they call it. And I remember
Yes.
growing up, and okay, we ate whatever we could have at that day, And if you didn't eat all of it, you save it, and make a new meal out of it. You had to get creative and so forth. So the older I got and transition, I kind of kept that scarcity mindset in a way. And I even struggled with my weight as well, believe it or not. I wasn't always this, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Yes.
and the scarcity mindset is you'll once you finally start getting food, you're gonna have consistent food and you guys can eat and stuff. That's when my stepmother came to my father's life. Um, I would eat a lot, eat a lot, eat a lot. So I did deal with obesity as a child
Mhm.
and even as an adult as well.
Yeah.
So you just gotta find that balance. You gotta remove yourself and practice on releasing survival mode,
Oh,
and
I'm glad you said it. That's what it
releasing
is.
survival mode
Yes.
and learning how to thrive, not worrying about let me just try to eat this much. I
Yes.
don't know when I'm gonna
Yes.
eat and how much I'm
Yes.
gonna eat tomorrow, where I'm gonna be able to, and even in being in the army, I still had some of the scarcity mindset, like we're out in the woods, they give you the rations and so forth. So I kept that mindset. So once
Yes.
I got out of the military and trying to learn how to transition to becoming to a civilian, I'm like, dang, I think I can eat whatever I want. I went through a phase where I literally ate exactly what I wanted and what I felt. And it wasn't really the best thing, if that makes sense.
But it fed your emotion. And I was
Yes.
and I was talking to my ladies about mood and food. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, ladies, like during I do have like a part section into like my detoxification class because I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, it's more than just withdrawing or taking something with detox. It's like how our body naturally process on its own every day. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like during the times on certain different environments and not even that, our moods, like the food we choose, we will give
Yep.
it to ourselves and
Emotional
it feeds
eaters.
in. Like, and we every
Guilty.
time we get in that mood, we eat the same exact thing. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that it was like butter pecan for me. Like, it
Oh,
was.
me too. Most chocolate lava cake. Put the ice cream on top of it.
Okay, and the peanut butter tasty cakes from the tasty. Don't let me get the box. It's mine. The whole box is mine, and I don't know who ate it. At the end of the day, like who ate all the cakes?
Right.
Like, but that was my go-to. Like, and it always happened like after a breakup, like
Mm-hmm.
after a hard
Mm-hmm.
argument, and it was like I need to go get me a box of tasty cakes. And I get the
Mm-hmm.
tasty cakes and the Lifetime movie because Lifetime was popping in the back. Like,
Yes.
and I would sit on the couch wrapped up and tasty cake. It was out for me, and that's where I had understood that okay, I'm eating to satisfy my mood. So
Mm-hmm.
I started my normal weight was always I fluctuated and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand why and I never like looked to why I
Mm-hmm.
fluctuated. So in the beginning when I introduced that like thyroidism, it messes with your metabolism. It speeds it up, it slows it down. And if you're not knowing that you are in that space or in that awareness on the line of being borderline having it, you
Mm-hmm.
don't know why you haven't ate all day and then you're still gaining weight, or you don't know why you're eating and you can't gain weight at all. Like certain
Mm-hmm.
things to women that I wasn't aware of, and it only took the approach when I was like, "What is wellness?" And it's like,
Right.
what do you want to know about you? That's the
Right.
wellness. How do you want to balance out you? So I'm like, wow, that brings me straight into like our healthy choices and like adjustments. So when you was in the beginning and you was like, okay, I'm working out, I want to make adjustments. What food did you start with?
Oh, I'm about to put all my little business out, girl.
Not
I
yeah,
was in.
it's just a
I was.
few. It's just a few. It's just a few. What
I.
you started
I'm
with?
not gonna lie. Like with healthy choices, I'm gonna coincide something. When you're trying to decide to have healthy choices, you got to also make sure you're around people that are healthy for you as well.
Ooh, let's snap. Let's snap.
Because you will be just eating with whatever they're eating as well. I was one of those people. I'm guilty. I'm like, if I'm currently dating someone or if I have a best friend that's there, I'm like, hey, my love language is eating.
So
So
yes. So with me, I had to come, just like you said, come to a reality point because at Soap Warrior, we talk reality. Like, I had to
Mm-hmm.
come to a reality point that healthy choices didn't rely on one thing for me. Like healthy choices was my sleep, healthy choices
Oh
was my
God.
movement, healthy
Yes.
choices was my nutrition, was my stress levels, and my relationships. I wasn't
Yes.
making healthy choices with relationships. I was choosing people for things that I was longing for and wanting to get and
Mm-hmm.
search for instead of allowing people showing me those things and say, oh, that goes with my boundaries, that goes with my values, like that goes with my.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
force that on them, like, and it was like, oh man, this turns out to adding stress, like, and
Yep.
then understanding the environments, like, oh, certain environments we don't see that choice of being introduced to us or being possible for us. So of course we're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking about that, or we're looking or
Right.
shunned upon because we're differently or adjusting our food and appetites differently. And like
Mm-hmm.
it's and sometimes it starts with the family.
It
Like
does.
I,
It does.
the
It
family will
does.
be like, "Oh, you eating that?" You're like, "What's this?" Yeah.
Right, right. And some of, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to like go veer off, but hey, your family can be your worst enemy when it comes down to when you're trying to step into a healthier life within yourself, you know? So
Yeah.
you have to be careful because like I love my dad so much. I remember him, he knows how to make soul food so much. But I started when I would come home and visit. I was like, Dad, I can't eat that today or whatever. Or I had to like, I even had to set boundaries with my father. But he's starting to become like, hey, let's eat a salad together. Da, da, da. And I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. But in the beginning, I used to have to be like, hey, Dad, I can't eat. I'll eat a little bit of that. I'll eat a little bit of that, but I can't eat all of that. Like that's,
Yes. Yes.
I can't do that. With you. Thank you. I'll thank you for the food. Thank you for the nourishment. I really appreciate it. But I can't have that large amount. This is where I'm at now. But he's been understanding where I'm coming from. And he's also seen the results physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well, since I've been like really focusing on myself and doing the work. And it's been motivating him to be like, hey, how do you bake this? Hey, but he's been asking me
Yes.
now, like, can you show me how you bake that? I'm not like, I gotta quit this type of food, da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, and I'm so happy for him. Like, I wasn't trying to conform him in anything. He just seen my work,
Your
and he was,
reflection. Your
yes, he
reflection.
seen the reflection. He was
Yes.
just so motivated. So yeah,
Ah,
definitely
I love
healthy
it. I
choices.
love it. I see the reflection, Queen. So
Thank you. I see the reflection in you as well. I've been
that's
on
why I
your
was.
page and I was like, look, I've been on your page and I said, get out of here. I said, ain't no way she was 300 pounds. And I looked, I'm like, always been beautiful. Y'all been always been beautiful. But I was like, wow, she was just carrying all that baggage and like,
Come on. Thank you for thank
that,
you.
it was
Thank you.
baggage.
Thank
It was
you.
baggage.
Because
It
I
was
wonder
baggage.
if I try to put things out realistically. And I'm like, yo, do they feel the weight that I lifted up off of me? That they don't see that I was
They,
carrying?
they don't see it.
It wasn't just we call it fats. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
fats. Like, because in my eyes, I was thick. Okay, like, and I was out that mug popping. Like me and my triple
Period.
B breasts and my 18 thighs, you couldn't tell me nothing. They was not out of place in my outfits or anything. Like, but
Right.
I was weighing weight from years of that I had
Mm-hmm.
to unpeel healthily. When I first started my healthy choices, I started with intermittent fasting. I started
Yep.
with really getting on my knees and asking God for like what's like show me what's up with me. I'm at a
Mm-hmm.
standpoint that mentally I feel blockage. Physically, I'm not able to work because I fractured my foot. I lost my grandmother and my father 6 months prior to me fracturing my foot. And then now I'm looking at myself and I'm at 275, where I always looked at myself in the mirror. And in reality, I did not see me at 300. I always see me like 200. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a true statement. And then even when I was like at 145, I seen myself like at 160. It was like I was
Mm-hmm.
creating a delusion and
Mm-hmm.
living into that and saying, I'm fine.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I'm cool. Like what you talking about? Like I don't need to
Yep.
work out. I'm good. I'm all in the right places
Yep.
until I started working out. So my first workout, and you don't laugh, I never really worked out until 2013.
It's okay.
And when I quit, like
It happens to all of us. If you only knew how many times I just laid it off, if you only knew.
like that brings me to the go-to routine. I quit. I said I had the best trainer. His name was Dave Patterson from New Jersey, and he was at the gym. And I went to the gym. My mom grew up. my mother exercising. I never knew why she took us with these bikes up to the park. I think we going to the park. But the whole time, mommy was around the track because my mom low petite that. She made sure like
Period. Snatch.
Missy Lane don't play when it
Okay.
comes to keeping things in order. That she is that way, really precise. That I was like, oh no, I don't want to be that precise. I want to just make sure I'm free. I want to be good. Like I
Right.
understand now. I'm older, and I'm like, wow, that I have my enlightenment shared with her. But I was
Mm.
scared. I was scared of working out. I was scared of the pain, and I didn't understand that your go-to routine is key. So, how did you feel about approaching your fitness when you first had to work out, and it's like, oh my lord, what is the pain going to be like, and then how I'm gonna show up the next day?
I feel as though with the go-to fitness routine, I've had several lives because I got in the military when I was 18. I was a baby basically. I feel as though with this fitness routine, we're all still babies, just trying to figure things out and learn. Okay, our new toys and stuff. And with my fitness routine, I feel as though I had to learn how to. It's not all about how much weight you can lift. It's about the foundation of it. It's about the execution. Can you efficiently do the exercise safely, and then you can work on, okay, I can move up in weight, but you got to start from there first. And I will say that now where I'm at is like I fast. I'm not gonna lie, I do fast. I'm like, I don't
Uh-huh.
just wake up and be like, oh, I gotta eat, you know, just because, you have to live. You get up, I get up, I might have a cup of coffee or something like that. It's actually the shroom coffee, the like the it's the cordyceps coffee.
I'm rising with coffee every morning. Okay, I'm not
Right,
rising with no milk on my stomach. Like I'm
right,
rising.
right. But look, like seriously, like if people only understood, okay, if you wake up and you already have your mindset to have a productive day and you're already ready to just get your mind together. Because honestly, you should start every day, every rise, and you should wake up. The first thing you should consume is water to wake your body up.
Period. Hydrate that.
Right,
Hydrate the functions.
right, right,
That's what. And
right.
I love that water. That water.
Yes,
That internal is that
internal.
water.
and,
Okay.
and people, that's another thing with the fitness, with just with health people. I'm like, if you can go out, and I'm not going to say specifically fast food restaurants, I don't want anybody to try to sue me or anything.
Right now.
You can go to that fast food restaurant and get that $15 meal that's not even a combo anymore, like back in the day, because it's inflation. You can't even get a full combo
Okay.
barely for $15. If you can do that, you can go get a case of water for that same amount. You can go get some
Mm,
whole foods, and for that same amount, But I truly do
sure.
believe in fasting
Yes.
and consuming water when you first wake up in the rising. And one thing I
Amen.
did had to learn as well is I didn't want to, but I had to go back to old things, right? Put it in your book if you have to. Hold
Oh,
yourself accountable.
mine is right there.
Log
Yes.
it in.
Yes.
You
Mine
gotta
is
log
right.
it in. You gotta
You
log it
got to
in.
log in.
You have
Like,
to log in. You have to tap in with yourself. And even if you're writing in your fitness book, because I have a fitness book, all my workouts as well. I used to be so stubborn, but I wouldn't notice everybody in the gym with little notebooks and stuff. And I was like, you're gonna have to get a book right. I was like, I know.
yeah.
You write down what you did that day. You can write down your personal records, and you can actually just look back on all your progress
Oh,
and see.
so last week, me and my girl was talking, and I'm like, well, so last year we worked heavy, like so. May is like leg day, leg crazy day. So I call it squat
Mhm.
month. Like
Okay,
so with squat month, we do up to 3,000 squats.
I like that. I like that. It sounds like it's impossible, but I swear you, once
It
you get
is
into it, it's
so
possible.
possible. And that's what it was looking like. And she was like, how do you know? I was like, we log it. I was like, I sent you the fitness journal. And she was like, I didn't know how to log it. And I'm like, hold on. So if we start on Tuesday and we have 50 squat Tuesday, and then you do 25 squats on Wednesday, that's 75. If you're doing
Hmm.
Thursday, another 50, that's 100. Yeah, like since I started breaking them down throughout our training, and then equal, she was like, wow, you're right. Like I did 1,000. I said, yeah. I was like, and you
Hmm.
don't think about it. I was like, but you're really squatting every day. When you're going down to sit into a chair, it's not a complete down squat, but it's a balanced squat. Like it's
Hmm.
different squat position. And I learned that with the range of motion, like and during different classes. I'm like every day when you're going to mop
Hmm.
the floor, you get in the bucket, squat down properly, lift the bucket 5 times. You done completed 5 squats within that minute or so, and you add it
Right.
to your log. when it doesn't matter about how the fitness have to be done, as long as you're getting the fitness in, is the functional approach. And that's how I'm trying to get my ladies to know, like, we're working out regularly every day. It's about the posture, it's about the
Mm-hmm.
intention, and then the body and the mind is going to flow with the connection. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what? That's why I asked you, what is your go-to? Like, what's the go-to fitness? So what is your exercise choices that you like to work out with or maintain on a day-to-day?
I don't like try to consider myself as advanced, but I would say maybe I'm just being modest, but I would say intermediate. I enjoy powerlifting.
Period.
I
Yeah.
love deadlifting as well, but in the beginning, initially, before I even started going into that realm,
Yeah.
it was about those dumbbells, baby. It
Okay.
was about those dumbbells. And also that treadmill. Getting on that treadmill. I posted a video of me actually
Yeah.
doing that stairmaster. Shout out to all the people that do the stairmaster. Y'all the real Billy Goats. Y'all the real Billy Goats, baby. Cause
Them
I was on
stairs
the side.
don't play.
Oh my God, but it's so efficient and it works. It works
Yeah.
so well. So I was like, oh, this is a slow death, but the treadmill is quick and easy. Get me out of there. But yeah,
Yes.
I start off with just getting my heart rate up and either the stairmaster or the treadmill. And even for the people that want to begin, they don't know they're ready
That's
for
what.
the
Yeah.
treadmill.
Let's
You
get
can
them
go to
ready.
the right. You can go to the sauna. Start from there. That's a detox, and it helps. It increases your heart rate. You can
Yes.
start from there and then start your workout. Even if you start off with dumbbells. And I always tell people that's new in the gym, start with 5. It's okay. Don't feel bad. Don't feel ashamed. Start with 5 pounds because in 2021 I got sickly, right?
Yes. Okay.
COVID. That year, I thought I had stomach cancer or something, or Crohn's disease, right? I was so stressed out that year. Later, I couldn't hold anything. Every time I would eat, I would just waste away real fast, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was in a toxic relationship as well. But and I think that was a part of of the issue as well. But I talked to the doctor. I said, I don't know, I can't hold anything anywhere. Blah 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 blah. I'm losing weight. I think I was maybe like 155, 160 before, and he was like, maybe you're just stressed. And I kind of looked at him like, I'm not stressed. Blah 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 blah. So he took right me just so used to being able to be under stressful environments. I'm like, I'm not stressed. So
Yes.
I started the medicine he gave me. I did it for a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all my symptoms were gone, right?
Yeah.
But COVID is what really, really took me out the game as well. So I
Mm.
had to start from there. And I remember lifting up a 10-pound dumbbell and I was like this. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
That's how I knew. And I thought about that. I thought about that doctor as well. I was like, once I removed myself from all the toxic relationships that I were in and the toxic relationship with food and healed from being in COVID and stuff. Basically, I just had like a real reset.
Yes.
I was like, I've been stressed.
Yo, I think COVID reset a lot of us. So I do tap into my spirit. It helped
Mm-hmm,
me on my soulful purpose within my
mm-hmm,
journey and healing like a lot of different layers and pillars within myself that I had a
yeah.
lot covered up.
Mm-hmm,
But when it came to opening up myself, coming into that connection within me, I had to tap into my inner strength. Like I had to
mm-hmm,
sit with myself and start with, oh, I can't lift my baby. I pulled a muscle.
mm-hmm.
I pulled a muscle lifting my 1 year. He was so juicy, and I love him, and I breastfed, and
Yeah.
they told me I was going to lose weight, and that's a lie. Lie. They told me I was going to lose the weight, and they lied. They all these remedies and stuff. I'm like, I'm over here eating all these cakes and oatmeals and eating these yams, and my thighs are steady getting because yams is water. Like, and nobody
Okay.
told me, and I'm drinking water on top of it. So I was water
Water
retention
weight.
sitting on. Jesus.
Water
I'm trying
weight.
to feed this baby, and I'm trying to this baby juicy because that's what I called him forever because he was just and pulled a muscle that wrapped around all the way to my back. I said, "Yeah, it's time."
Oh, oh
Yes,
my God. Oh my
yes,
God. And it was really humbling. After I got finished the breakup and all that and COVID, right? Why am I crazy? But went in there, went straight to CrossFit, right? In there, I'm gonna say wasting them people time. I noticed I was getting the bar, right? The barbell, and matter of fact, she didn't even start me with a barbell. She started me with a plastic PVC pipe. And she was like,
yeah,
okay, move it and use power. And it was like I didn't have a connect. I realized how much I was outside of my body. I didn't have a connection with my body anymore, like a mind to physical connection. I was like, I felt like a child that was trying to learn how to walk again, if that makes
yes.
sense.
That's how I felt with my running routine. In the beginning, with me running, it was so like definite. I thought I was going to trip and fall every time. I'm like, Lord, you got to help me with these feet and feet coordinations, like the feet,
Right.
the hand. Then it was the breath, and then it was the arms.
Yes.
I'm like, something has to work. So it's funny that you said about it introducing in the beginning. Sometimes we feel like our coordination is foreign from what we used to doing because it's like our mind and body isn't
Hmm.
connected in that area. And I studied on that, and it let me know how foods hold a connectivity as well as the mind holds a connectivity to our muscle memory and mass and how it flows. I said, I got to let the women know. It's
You're
more to
right.
us than what we think for our wellness and balance and how we can
Mhm.
approach just these thoughts is fitness alone. And it's allowing our body the belief that we can do it with this
Mhm.
connection of knowing what is going and happening and being aware
Mhm.
before it. So by them hearing our voice is open them up to the healthy choices that their mind and their sensitivity need within their spirit. Because words and listening help first. Then we got to write that thing down. Then we got to activate it, with our movements. And all three in response, oh man, it falls right into place, however your place is. So
Mhm.
I'm like, the healthy choices within your workout and your food. What do you eat to feed your muscles, to feed your
Um,
energy?
what's so crazy is I used to growing up. I didn't even like peanut butter like that because right, I didn't even like peanut butter at first, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I appreciate where I came from because look at who I am. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you may come from broken places, but you're yet still you stand.
Yes.
So peanut butter could be deemed as poverty. You got that it coats the stomach, it holds the stomach. You better go eat that peanut butter jelly sandwich. The
Yes.
hold you the next day or whatever, like you hungry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't like peanut butter for the longest, but when I became more focused on my health and my fitness and trying to maintain the gains and get certain amount of protein, oh my God, I'm addicted to peanut butter. I'm so addicted to peanut butter. It's so
I
crazy.
love me some
I
peanut butter.
love peanut butter and I love I love my oats.
Okay. Okay.
I love
Yeah.
my oats. I had to learn how I got tired of spending all my money having these people at these nutrition spots make my little oat bowls like the soak oats. You can make your own, honestly. You
That's
can
the
go look up
functional approach.
recipes.
That's the functional approach. And
You save money that way too.
so I learned, and I learned a lot, and I would just in a courage space of It's called intelligence courage, where you willing
Hmm.
to unlearn, relearn. Like I was
Yep.
just in that space, and I continue to
Mm-hmm.
open up and stay optimistic in that space because
Mm-hmm.
who I am, I can adapt and adjust when I feed it and give it what it needs. So
Mm-hmm.
I stay open, but I've learned that nutritional wellness is the approach on which you connect with making your foods. That's
Yep.
what get the digestion system ready for its own natural process. Girl, I was
Hmm.
like, what? All it is knowing what we need to do. When we know what we need to do, we make it do what it do.
Your body would tell you. You be like, oh, I'm craving this. Like sometimes my body be like, I'm like, why do I want beet juice? Why do I want beet juice? And next thing you know, I'm drinking or eating the beets. And I'm like, oh, that's why I need it. Or, oh, blueberries. Oh,
Any favorite vegetable?
oh Lord, I love all vegetables. Let me see which one.
No.
I grew up, baby. I'm from the South. I grew up on them collard greens, but
Okay.
my go-to has been Brussels sprouts,
Mm.
broccoli. I love yam.
Okay. All
Um,
right, let's go.
yeah, kale. The
Oh,
people, what I had to learn, nutrient dense vegetables, nutrient dense. People like that little, that little green vegetable is not gonna fill me up. I swear to God, kale is your savior. It's thick, dark, just dark green vegetables will
yes.
hold you, will
Yes.
hold you. Oh, Lord, I'm getting all crazy about quinoa. Oh my God.
Okay. So it's funny as I have a little story about the quinoa, and it's so crazy because I always, like I said, I've been in the healthcare field for a long time, but seniors,
Right.
people with these ailments, and like I always was drawn into them because I still feel as though they deserve to have the best life and still enjoyable life. So I would
Mm-hmm.
go take them on events. We out like I would schedule out and be on events. So me and my guy, we went to like to the beach and things like and he didn't want to go because he need care and stuff, and I'm the type of person we out of here forgetting them people how they looking at it Like this is life, and this is your
Right.
moment. Make memorable moments. I'm always a creator, but make memorable moments. So we down
Right.
here at the beach and relaxing and everything, and we get back, and this man said, "You hungry?" So I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm cook you something to eat." I would never forget it. Girl, I was like 18, 19 years old. And he came out with this quinoa. I was like, oh my Lord, what is this? Now
Okay. Sleep
I
on
am
it if you
30.
want.
Now I'm 35 years old and I'm like, oh my Lord, this is so delicious. The
Yes.
perspective on when things are introduced to you, you may not be ready yet. And you
Mm-hmm.
could be shying away. But later on in life, those same things can be introduced to you. And you be like, oh my, hold on, I need this. This is the best thing I
Yep.
have in my life. What I don't know life without it now. Like, so it
Right.
was like certain different things. It was funny that you mentioned that, and it brought that story to me to bring in a reality for many women that some things that you was shined away from younger on that you knew that you like, I do not want to try that. Maybe that healthy choice that you want to introduce later on or now during the time on where you're feeling like you need that change or your body is telling you
Mm-hmm.
you need something else. Like I grew up on castor oil. My mom made sure we had like a teaspoon of castor oil
Yep.
like every 3 to 6 months just to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that anything that we had came in contact with came out. Fish oil. We had to take a
Yep.
teaspoon of fish oil. Like those things, I didn't understand younger why I was going through. I was like, I'm never going to do that. And then now I'm like, oh my Lord, I got to go back to the basics. So it's like going back
Exactly.
to the basics and understanding where our childhood holds a connection to our adulthood, even if we like it
Exactly.
or not, and what we was introduced with, and what we was introduced with growing up, nurtured. I'm talking about what we was nurtured with. Our body
Mm-hmm.
still holds a connection to that memory mass, and when we long for certain things in a reset moment, if we give it that, it will help nurture back the process of its own. I said, Lord, you made us magnificent. That the body do all of that by itself.
It does. It really does. All you have to do is fuel it with the right foods for yourself.
So
Something that's gonna hold you and love on you as well as you process and love on yourself.
yes, as you love and process on yourself. So is there any supplements that you had took in or you recommend?
I do recommend people with low iron take your iron pills. Take your
Okay.
iron pills. Magnesium pills. The magnesium supplement, especially with people that have issues with migraines and so forth. Definitely if you're in the gym, it helps with healing the muscle, um, helps with your heart health, getting that cardiac input and output out there,
Yes.
helps with your brain. I love GABA. It helps
Okay.
for my mental health people. Like it's real. Like I said, diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Right. I have PTSD as well. So you can be anxious at times. Have you some GABA, some ashwagandha.
Yes.
Um, for my people that I don't want to say suffer from infertility, but if you deal with that, maca root helps. But it's also a natural energy source as well.
Yes. Yes.
Um, let's see. So far, I would say those supplements.
Those
Something for
supplements
your
and those supplements does help. I am secondary to that, and letting you
yeah.
know, taking an iron supplement does help. With taking iron, you want to always, in any supplement, always think about your side effects to what your body consume with
Mhm.
any other medications that may not be natural, because
Mhm.
unnatural medications throw the body off on chemically within itself, and some of those things can side effect. But
Right.
magnesium, I love it. That actually
Me
helps
too.
with migraine. I came from a migraine sufferer like
Yep.
for
Me too.
years to now be free of migraine for 4 years. 4 years I
Bless
haven't
you.
had not one migraine. I'm like, Lord, it's like, touching me to be a testimony. And then I think that's why these self-aware podcasts is so important, because it allow people to know just the consistency of one to many things, or just introducing one thing to you can be consistent to add many things, can just
Mhm.
just be on an up and up advantage for you. Like, so
Exactly.
I love it. I love that you have came on and you blessed us with so much,
Thank
like of these jewels and everything. Like your story does matter, and I want to see if you wanted to add anything else to inspire that from somebody starting the beginning, that's going to meet, that is just looking for a everyday balance with, like you said, PSD. I suffered from depression, and then
you.
depression doesn't leave. It's an everyday movement. When you even heal from that status, something can be a trigger. Like,
Mhm.
and that you have to go back to your healing steps again to reface and know that you conquering out this day. But if it overtake you, you could be down for a week. You could be down for 2 weeks before you grab
Yep.
back to yourself. You're like, wow, 2 weeks that went by and I'm now back at myself. So is there anything that you would like to add on? And for my ladies that's on the wellness and balance, that's kind of conquer it all every day with your story. Go ahead. Use this time to space out for you.
I will tell everyone out there, things grow from and in the dark, in the ground. So if you need to take that time to just be with yourself and process, do the shadow work. It's okay, because you're gonna go through pain in life, right? Do you want to be forced into going through pain, or do you just want to accept it and be accountable for yourself and just be like, all right, I'm ready, right? Do your shadow work to prepare you for your new self. It's basically a rebirth. It's more to come. It's better to come. Depression as well. When you said that, it resonated. I went through depression as well in 2021. Get up out that bed. Get up out
True.
that bed. Get up out that bed.
Yeah. Oh.
Open those blinds.
Oh,
Open those blinds.
open that window. Let them know, Queen.
Open that
It's so
window, let some air out, go outside, get some sun to wake yourself up, touch yourself. You have to touch your face and know that you're still alive and you have a choice. You have a choice every day. And another thing I learned too, I seen this. You have 4 quarters, right? Break down the day into 4 quarters. You might have slipped up that first quarter, that second quarter, but end off the third and the fourth quarter with a freaking bang. And honor and process your emotions as
yes,
well.
yes,
Honor and process your emotions. You don't want to hold that stress into in
yeah,
yourself. Because that
yeah.
can create disease as well. We create
Okay.
diseases for ourselves,
Yep,
believe it or not,
yep,
when we stress.
yes.
So I would
And
tell people, just believe in yourself and take it a day at a time, and be your own best friend, not your own worst enemy, if that makes sense.
true,
You
true.
got this. You got this.
Yes.
You
And
got
that
this.
and that's from Miss Goodback. Okay, like my phenomenal women. All right. And it's stuff where you talk. She showed up. She dropped on some definitely valuable jewels, queens. Make sure that you follow, subscribe, follow my lady